It's time to play some football. Madden NFL 22 faction gameplay live stream on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Let's go. Browns, undefeated Browns, still.
Today, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
It's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. We got an interesting Week 11 matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. The NFL season is hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 after the 33. Throwing now is Kaepernick. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. He takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. A huge play there right off the bat. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And into the Lions touchdown. His fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Lions on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat when the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
Yeah.
That's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we'll tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. It's a scrimmer picked up around the 27. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablets instead of the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make it slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now a carry for Swift. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Galen's hip out of place with leg out, knee, everything out.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were strong last last week, CD, in that win over New England.
Well, we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Oh, damn.
The throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, again, man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there's good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? Let's say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. He's going to look deep now for Landry.
Yeah, bitch.
The 20. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Landry, 97 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead.
14-7.
The offense is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
The damn Skippy hippie.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And that was set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go.
Traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Walker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And then I looked at him, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. So what did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have guys back towards the quarterback, you're in position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. But check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 8 carries, 72 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
He's still fighting forward.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb.
1, 2, 3, blue. Out for the count, baby. 21-7. Just like that.
The offense is up and good. It's now 21-7.
Yeah.
This one away, and off it goes. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. Then second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Well, a nice throw here, right side. He holds it in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allow completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Across his body, and it's
Thank you.
intercepted. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsom. And he takes this one.
Spike that shit. Yes, sir. He deserved it. Boom.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone and not just stopping the run, not just getting after the
28
quarterback.
to
But
7.
the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers. And they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. They'll try and set up the screen Swift. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a
Oh, wow.
Here's Jack Fox now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, it's ready to go. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
That defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shuts off the sand.
Oh, shit.
Incomplete.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about
shit.
this situation.
Maybe just run out one up the middle.
Yeah, I think it might be the spot.
Damn it.
You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want
Time
him
out.
backed up when he has to alter what he does.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield going deep here for Landry.
Got it.
Yeah. Catch. An incredible play.
2-minute warning.
In their own territory. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
Time tasker in the business. The coach.
45 yards rushing for a guy. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
He's a relentless along with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? Think about his ability to break tackles, and his feet never stop moving.
So here's 1st and 10 at the 38. A run for Nick Chubb. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here. So it looks like we've got a Lion to shake it up. So while the Trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The first carry now for Kareem Hunt. It's an overall now. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a round is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The big one. Come on.
Take it in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. DeAndre's stayed back out with his Detroit teammates. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Then you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now Kaepernick. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week. See how precise he was. They constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. That's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Oh, you idiot.
The timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds.
3 seconds. Yeah, you got to think we'll make it.
To see about getting 3 points.
Yeah.
It's a 31.
All you want to do is field goal. Okay.
Cyber England now.
Oh, they did it. Okay.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to
halftime.
Very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to our way, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. Marquise Brown, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Alvin Kamara, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Jamison Crowder, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, it's been Baker Mayfield with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Godden.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they got this lead.
35-10.
Back and underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here are the Browns to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Oh, he's got a little down lane. They got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, after the running play, we got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Damn. The third person on the Lions that got hurt. Shit.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half bailout material. Well, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right of the yard. So this game, Charles, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too quick.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Where the starters ready to score in the first half, backups get the ball in the second. But you're not going to know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this well. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. Ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack on offense. Sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Letting one go deep for the end zone.
What the fuck?
His third touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive
42-10.
to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
For sure.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Another shot now for this Lions offense. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster the first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But just have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
They throw it, the catch is made. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Kaepernick now on first down. Go here, he lost the football. The Browns got it, they did. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. And in the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Okay, I think we can safely agree. That's not a call you see very often on 1st and 10.
Ever.
I mean, but who
Call the first down sneak.
I guess the best we've probably seen is a first down quarterback draw.
Right.
Yeah, but not a sneak. But it did gain yards.
Still 9 remaining on second down. To throw, Mayfield. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Lee McNeil in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. As he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
There you go. Oh.
just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're excited.
It's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Myles Garrett in there to get it now. Season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Kaepernick now to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson, 87 yards. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch in the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Here, middle of the field. Pass the 20. Touchdown.
That's what's up, boy. And that's how you do it, cuz.
Looking like that win streak is going to extend it.
That's how you do it, cuz. That's how you do it.
Extra point by McLaughlin.
49 to 17. That's how you do it, cuz. Won that whole way, man. That whole touchback run, whatever you want to call it.
So now the other return teams out there is they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
No, ain't no way.
Around the 27. They're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Here's Kaepernick to throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh, Jesus.
Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's there. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Kaepernick, gotta have this one. This one caught, it's the tight end Hawkinson. And he's gonna get this inside the 30.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side.
He lost the ball.
Yes.
And this is picked up by the Browns.
Ah, you little bitch. You little bastard.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 98 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here first and 10. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to start this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Meanwhile, Mayfield still taking by Landry. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game and still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's what
There you are.
to see consistently. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry them back to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. Oh, he dropped it. And that's indicative of the way this one's gone. Back to the air on second down. It's Kaepernick. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play cover?
Got it. Oh, hell yeah.
John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Seeing this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot. They pick it off the pass.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. They lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches have had a reliable running game. They breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you got to tell your quarterback, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Yeah, that's it. 52-17. I think, right? 17.
What a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bomb
52-17 final.
Offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns,
Yeah, 11-0. All right, undefeated still. Man, let's go and upgrade some players, and then there we go. Upgrade all players. Sweet. Okay, let's do this. Advance to next week. Who will we be facing next week? Ooh, goddamn. Okay. All right, save it here. Subscribe for more smoke videos creeping up on your YouTube screen.